Christine.
And today we're doing another song analysis.
Woo!
Alright, so the song we're analyzing today is So Will I, or 100 Billion Times by Hillsong Worship. And it is an incredibly beautiful song, and I recommend that you go listen to it immediately. Mm-hmm. Luckily, we have a cover recorded on our page. Probably one of these buttons around somewhere.
Description below.
Point it to you. We can put a button in the...
Okay. We do that? Okay.
We do that too.
Okay.
We'll bring you to that video where there's a wonderful group who have volunteered to sing the song for us. All right.
We are in that group. Maybe.
And so we're going to talk about some of the big themes and concepts that have really emerged from this song for us. Right?
Relating to the environment.
Yes, relating to the environment. As this is part of our Environments We Make series, where we discuss further our impact on the environment.
Yes, nice.
Okay, so right off the bat, very top of the song, okay? The song starts with the lines, God of creation.
Yes.
And immediately, I don't know why, it's always been so simple to me, that line, just, the God who created the earth,
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm thinking about it, it's also, he is the ultimate creator. He's the God of creation, Mm-hmm. He rules over creation, he inspires creation, all that. Like us humans, we make things, we make tools, we make art and things like that.
Yeah.
It all comes from his essence, his energy, his influence.
Mm-hmm. He's the ultimate creator.
The ultimate creator. Because we create and we create. We were definitely created.
Yeah.
Before we were created.
Before we were creators. Yeah.
So that's just what
I like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think for me, the line that touched me, that I caught right off the bat, maybe it's because it was really early in the song, but it says that I can see your heart in everything you've done, every part designed in a work of art called love. Mm-hmm. I think because we're talking about the environment, I definitely think this line is so true. I think every time I go out in nature, every time I go for a walk, if I'm going to the beach, wherever I'm going, you see that this is art. It's artwork, right? There's no better way to describe it. If you've ever seen a sunset, it's just all you can think is wow, this is beautiful. This is a masterpiece. And I know in our chat, you and our friend, you've always been have you ever seen the sky? Do you ever just look at the sky and you're
there is no end.
Whoever made this was genius. I think that you can see that there was detail, there was effort, care, and attention in everything, right? Mm-hmm. When you look at the butterflies, when you look at the grass, the water, if you just sit by the water and you just take it all in and breathe in the fresh air, you realize that this was not randomly placed. Someone took the time to make this beauty. And so when I think of that, actually one of the writers, his name is Joel Houston, he said that this song is about being an artist, about God being an artist and working on his masterpiece, a work of art called love. He's put so much effort into it. It's his masterpiece. The earth is God's masterpiece. Wow. And so when you think about that, and we are part of this masterpiece, I think when we destroy it, when we litter, or when we ruin the environment and pollute it and all these things, and as well as the creation, the animals that is a part of it, we take their home and we make them go extinct and etc. We are a person going up to an artist's artwork and taking a black marker and writing all over it. Yeah. We're ruining the masterpiece.
They don't even let you take photos of art.
Yeah, that's true, right? It's so, how much those art pieces are? Millions, thousands of dollars are spent on those art pieces, but think about how much the earth would be worth.
Wow.
Right? But we
say it'd be worth 100 billion.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. But literally though, it's worth so much, but we don't realize that for whatever reason, and then we destroy it. Right? We pollute the water, we make mountains of plastic, we just throw things on the ground, and we look at the beauty of the world is still beautiful, but you can see how much is degraded because of us humans not realizing its worth.
What an insult to the artist.
What an insult to the artist, exactly. Yeah.
And as you mentioned, actually the song actually talks about it later on. It says, every burning star, a signal fire of grace. Every painted sky, a canvas of your grace. Signal fire, that's a message. It's saying, help, help, someone come help me. A painting, that has a message as well. Most of the time, an artist has something they're trying to communicate with their art. And with nature itself as well, God is trying to communicate with us. And it's so important that we take that time to observe the lessons in the waves, in the rain. Wow, that's a whole nother.
Yeah. But yeah,
essential.
No, that there are lessons and there are messages that God communicates to us through nature, through the environment. And if you look at Jesus, whenever he was teaching or giving a lesson, he was always out in nature. He was by the waterside or he was on the hill, and he always felt closer to God when he was just out. He'd go by the hill and pray, in nature. I think God connects to us that way a lot more than when we're just in the four walls of our bedroom. And so I think it does say when Jesus was a child, a lot of the things that he did to learn of God was like lessons that were through nature. So it's definitely important. So yeah, the fact that God actually, speaks to us and teaches us through nature just shows how much he values it and how valuable it is, and why we should care as well so much for it and appreciate it so much. Yeah.
I don't know, my mind keeps running back to another line in the song as well that says, the song is just so much about how, like you said, God is the artist and everything here is its creation. And the line that you said, talked about the line that says, I can see your heart in everything you've made. And now I'm running back to this line that says, all nature and science follow the sound of your voice. Even science that we think for some reason is a man-made thing, we think that the intricacies of the world, the systems of the world are what we make them out to be. All of these things follow a common thread, a common pattern, a common voice. There's even this concept of, I've heard it referred to as God's fingerprint on nature. And it's this thing called the Fibonacci sequence where there's just a spiral pattern that shows up like everywhere in nature, even like our own fingerprints or in like shells and like animals and things. It shows up everywhere.
I've heard of that,
And it just shows how much God has his hands
in everything.
In everything. And that's even one of the lessons that is taught to us through nature. Even science, which we think is its own set of laws outside of God. It's about nature, and nature follows the patterns and the works of the God who created them. The song says so beautifully that this whole refrain of, if the stars are made to worship, so will I. If the mountains bow in reverence, so will I. If nature is following these systems and patterns that God has set in place, who are we to go and upset nature, and even to go and put ourselves in the position as if we are the masters? We're simply the stewards. We're not the masters. And
stewards of the earth.
We're stewards of the earth. We've been given this earth to take care of. But it's still God's earth, and it's our role to live in accordance with the outline, that God's already set, the systems and balance that I've talked about so much.
The writer, Joel, he says that ultimately what we need to do is live in response to what God has done and what he said he'll do. I think this whole song is, if you see, like, if the stars are made to worship, so will I. If the rocks cry out in silence, so will I. Everything is living in response, right? And so we're as well in everything that God has done, in all the in all that he's done and all that he's made, all that he's said, we should live in response to that. And what we can see is that he's put so much attention and care and affection love in this masterpiece, right? Obviously the song has like so much more that it's touching on, right? It's not just about like nature, and I mean we've focused more so on that because it goes with the theme that we're talking about in our series, but there's a whole story, right? It starts from creation and it ends at the cross and it continues today. And so so we're supposed to live in response to that, into all that God has done, and in all that he's done in nature, all that he's done in his work of creation. Our response to that is to take care of it. Right? We're supposed to respect it, respect the balance, respect the outline that's been put into place, and respect the love that he loves it, he cares for it, he values it, he uses it. And so we should be good stewards of the earth and live in response to that. Take care of our earth. Don't litter. Recycle.
That's simple, so simple.
Cut fast fashion. No, but like so many things, and we talk about that in another video, and how that we can live in response and how we can be stewards of the earth. But I think that that's a big message I get from this from the song. Live in response to into what God has done. Yeah.
I say that's the overall message.
Overall message. Yeah, that we can take and apply to our series of the environments we make. We make environments in response to what God has done. But yeah. Okay.
I guess
that's it. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you comment down below. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video we post. Also, check out the cover in the description. Peace.